Welcome to the Dining Room Table Studio. I am your man out of Japan, Jay Contra, and we've gone through 14 games for the Switch already. We are now going to the top 8 of my favorite 22 games for the Switch. We've got retro collections. We've got some modern games in here. What are we gonna find? I'm going to start out with my spiciest take of the video. And indeed, instead of being one where I say a game is worse than a lot of people think it is, I think that Pokemon Sword and Shield to be specific, is really good and rekindled my interest in the Pokemon franchise. Now, why do I think it is so good and why did I put it at number 8 in my favorite Switch games? Well, for one, caves are no longer a confusing mess that I don't understand whenever I play basically any Pokemon game up until I want to say like Black and White. Whenever I go into a cave in Pokemon, I'm like, I don't know where I am. I don't know where the exits are. How do I do this? Just please let it end. No, actually, Pokemon Shield showed me that going through caves can actually be a fun adventure in Pokemon. Being able to see Pokemon in the field is great. And there was just so much to love about Sword and Shield. Yes, whatever, animations, it doesn't have all the Pokemon in it. Whatever. I enjoyed my time in Pokemon Shield, and I can't wait for the next 3D Pokemon game to come out. At number 7, well, I guess sort of number 6 too, but we'll talk about that in a second. But we get into the Saikyo collection of scrolling shooters. Although this is 5 scrolling shooters and 1 weird arcade game. So this collection has Sengoku Ace, Sengoku Blade, Sengoku Cannon, Gunbird 1 and 2, and then Gunbreach, however you want to say it. This has both vertically and scrolling shooters, and if you played one Saikyo game, you've sort of been able to play them all. They're sort of like, you get the same feel for most of them. Although, I would say Sengoku Blade, because it is horizontally scrolling, it's really fun. It sort of evokes a weird, like, steampunk, Edo-era shooter. It's sort of got that motif to it that I think is really interesting. Sengoku Cannon, no, actually not very good. Weird one. It's one of those early, like, it's either early 2000s or late 1990s where it tries to mix like 3D graphics with 2D sprites, and it just doesn't work out. So that's why I think it does have the weakest set of games of the 2 Saikyo collections, and so that's why it's only coming in at number 7. Whereas with number 6, with the Saikyo Collection Volume 1, I think we've got some of the best scrolling shooters out there. When we're talking Strikers 1945, Strikers 1945 too. I love World War II era shooters, and that is in part because of the Strikers series. And I would say Strikers 1945 2 is the MVP of this particular collection. Also on it are Strikers 1999, which I didn't like that much, Soul Divide, which is okay, but Dragon Blaze. Dragon Blaze is also really, really cool. Man, it's hard to choose between Dragon's Blaze and Strikers 1945 2. And then you get Zero Gunner 2, which is available like on the Dreamcast. I think it was like, a Sega Naomi arcade game. Weird that they don't have Zero Gunner 1 on here or on a different collection, but having Zero Gunner 2 is really interesting because instead of being like a traditional scrolling shooter, it does what maybe some other games should have done, where you are a helicopter and you can actually like rotate your machine and be able to sort of use that to your advantage to fight off enemies. So it's got a lot of interesting games on it. This is why it's coming in my top 6 for the Switch. Entering into the top 5, we have Turrican Flashback. Now, you could maybe say something where it's like, oh, actually each Turrican game is pretty much the same, just with slightly different graphics and steadily improving sounds. But going from Turrican to Super Turrican to Mega Turrican to Turrican 2, each and every one of the 4 games on this collection is phenomenal. I had actually never played a Turrican game before getting the Turrican Flashback collection, but wow, are each one of these amazing, both in terms of the exploration, being able to go around and find the different power-ups and the different 1-ups that they have and the crystals that they have in each stage. I would say Mega Turrican is the MVP of this collection simply because it has the best graphics, it's got the best sound, and that's actually saying something because I'm not really one who likes the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive sound aesthetic. if you will. But Mega Turrican, I think, is really the exemplar of that system, even more so than I would say Turrican 2 for the Super Nintendo. Oh, each one of these is a good game, and considering that you're getting 4 amazing games in one bundle, this is a game to get. We venture into the modern with number 4, Mario Odyssey. I'm not really gonna say that much more than I think what hundreds, if not thousands of videos on YouTube have said about it. It is the peak of 3D Mario. I will have, Is it better than Mario Sunshine? I'm not sure. Controversially, I think Mario Sunshine might be my favorite 3D Mario, but Mario Odyssey really gives it a run for its money. I'm still surprised by what you can find out by putting more and more time into this game. It is a celebration of Mario. It is possibly the apex of 3D Mario. That's why it's at number 4. Coming in at number 3, and in a sense, number 2, is Bayonetta, the Switch port. Yes, the OG Bayonetta, which is now, oh my god, Bayonetta is now, like, I mean, it's gotta be like, what, 10 years old at this point? I can't remember when Bayonetta actually originally came out, but it is still, after almost a decade of existence, one of the best games ever made, and only supplanted by the next game on the list, which you can probably see the cover right now. But Bayonetta does everything that I want a video game to do. It's got the action and the combos, and just being able to dodge and slow down time is something that no other game, that the feeling has never been replicated by any other game. And when you talk about the story and the music, it just combines everything about video games that I would want into a single title. And it is only surpassed, I think, by its successor, which is at number 2, Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 does everything that Bayonetta 1 did, only better. When the action is faster, when the bosses are somehow even more satisfying to beat, when it's got somehow even better music. If I told you, when I was playing Bayonetta 1, if I told you that, oh, actually, they're gonna come out with an even better Bayonetta 2, I wouldn't have believed you. But they did. Somehow, those magnificent people at Platinum Games did it by making Bayonetta 2. The number 1 game in my book for the Nintendo Switch. And interesting that actually the last 2 games were originally Wii titles. Interestingly enough, we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The Wii U game, I feel, that then got ported to the Switch. Really interesting that Nintendo's business model for the last few years has basically just been porting Wii U games to the Switch, because all of them have been amazing games. But when I set out all of my Switch games in front of me, and I was like, which of these games would I want to play right now? I have 22 games. I can only pick one. It has to be Mario Kart 8, because much like what I said with Bayonetta, where it does what I feel like a video game should, whereas it combines the max amount of fun with amazing visuals and just an incomparable soundtrack. You get all of that with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where you have, I mean, what is it, like 24 tracks? You have so many characters to choose from. It does for racing games what I feel like Smash did in terms of the competitive fighter. It has so many different options that I feel like, I don't know how they're going to one-up Mario Kart 8. Whatever form Mario Kart 9 takes, or whatever they end up calling the next Mario Kart, I don't know how they're going to do it better. I don't know how much time they're going to have to put into making a new Mario Kart to make a better game than this. But oh boy, am I really looking forward to whatever they come out for the Switch next. Here are all of my Switch games, a total of 22 titles for the system. All of them good, except maybe Contra Roll Core, but I'm not sure about that. What a system, folks. And we keep hearing about new games, or a new Switch that might be coming out eventually. I'm hoping it's backwards compatible, because, I mean, I would love to be able to play these games on a new system, and perhaps even in upscale. We'll see what they do for it. It'd be really interesting to see what they do with all of their old titles, because aren't they going to end up just making a whole new set Wouldn't that be insane? As they did with the Wii U over to the Switch, are they just going to do HD remasters of all of these games? I certainly hope not, because I would hope they would, come out with some new games for whatever is in our future. But you don't have to spend another $300 on whatever the Switch Plus is going to be. There's already so many games for the Switch out there that I think you'll find at least a few that you might enjoy. I think the Switch is my favorite console, probably of the last 2 or 3 eras, definitely of the last 10 years. I would choose the Switch over the 360, the PS3, the Wii, the Wii U, all of those systems. The Switch, for me personally, comes out on top. And I hope, and I'm sure that I'm going to find some more games for the system that I can add on to my list of 22 favorite Switch games. I have been your man out of Japan, Jay Contra. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.